So in the next couple of problems, we're going to go over this type of situation where you're given a little circuit diagram and you're asked to figure out the equivalent capacitance. The hardest part I find is figuring out what's in parallel and what's in series, because once you know what's in parallel and what's in series, you have these equations to calculate the equivalent capacitance. So remember, if they're in parallel, both of their ends can touch. So what I mean by that is, see this 4 microfarad one and the 6 microfarad capacitor? I take one end of this capacitor, follow the blue line, it touches here. The other side, follow the line, it touches there. That's quite different than, say, the 4 microfarad one and the 7 microfarad one, where I have the red line. Sure, it touches on this side fine, but on the other side, if I follow the red line, it has to go through another capacitor to reach this end. Now, the 7 microfarad one in the center is in series with the 5 microfarad one. So the first thing we're going to do is create this central capacitor by combining the 5.01 and the 7.01. So here I can write C in series is equal to, that's going to be 1 over 5 microfarads plus 1 over 7 microfarads, and then the inverse of that, right? That's my equation for series. And that's going to give me 2.92 microfarads. And that's going to be this central one that I'll just highlight here. So I now know what the equivalent capacitance is of this central one. Now everything is in parallel. So if I follow my lines, the 6 microfarad one, I can go here, touch this side, like this. Same thing with the 4 microfarad one. So on this end, I can touch it here, and on the other end, I touch it here. So they're all in parallel. Same thing down there. They all touch the ends like so. So then my final equivalent capacitance is just going to be equal to, well, my 2.92 microfarad one in the middle plus the 4.00 microfarad one. I had an extra 0, it doesn't matter. Plus 6.0 microfarad. I add all that up together, 12.9 microfarad. The idea here is I took this weird looking system of capacitors and I said, well, it's acting as though it's one capacitor that has a capacitance of 12.9 microfarad.